What if your family name was connected to one of the most hated men in history? What if your blood came from someone responsible for millions of deaths? This is not just a story about Adolf Hitler. It's about the people he left behind, his brothers, his nephews, and their children. After the war, they didn't go to prison. But they didn't live easy lives either. Some changed their names, some ran far away, some promised never to have children. It was as if a curse followed them, a shadow they could never escape. In this video, we'll uncover what really happened to Hitler's family after World War II, and why so many believe that his bloodline was meant to disappear. Before we talk about Hitler's descendants, we need to understand where he came from. Adolf Hitler was born in Austria in 1889. His father, Alois Hitler, was strict and often violent. His mother, Clara, was quiet and deeply loved him. They had 6 children, but only Adolf and his younger sister Paula survived childhood. The others died young from sickness. Hitler also had half-siblings from his father's previous marriages. One of them, Alois Jr., would later have children of his own, including a son who moved to America. Another half-sister, Angela Hitler, had 3 children. One of them was Geli Raubal, who died under mysterious circumstances while living with Hitler in the 1930s. So even before World War II, Hitler's family had already suffered many losses. Death, illness, silence. It surrounded them. And after the war, the pressure of the Hitler name would only make things worse. His bloodline was not large, but it was about to become even smaller. After the war, the people closest to Adolf Hitler had to choose: hide, run, or live with the shame. His half-sister, Angela Hitler, had stayed close to him for many years. But after her daughter Geli Raubal died, possibly by suicide, Angela slowly stepped away from public life. Geli's death was never fully explained, but it haunted the family. Hitler's half-brother, Alois Hitler Jr., moved to Germany and opened a restaurant. He married an Irish woman and had a son named William Patrick Hitler. William hated his uncle and moved to the United States before the war started. Then there was Paula Hitler, Adolf's full sister, the only one of his siblings who lived into old age. She changed her last name to hide her identity and lived a quiet life in Austria. She never married, never had children, and rarely spoke about her brother. None of these relatives were found guilty of crimes, but the world still judged them. Many of them lived in silence, trying to escape their last name. And some would go even further, trying to erase the bloodline forever. William Patrick Hitler was Adolf Hitler's nephew, the son of Hitler's half-brother, Alois Jr. He was born in England but moved to Germany in the 1930s to try to get a good job through his uncle's power. But things didn't go as planned. William later left Germany and moved to the United States. During World War II, he joined the U.S. Navy and even fought against Nazi Germany. After the war, he changed his name to William Stewart Houston and tried to live a quiet life on Long Island, New York. He had 4 sons: Alexander, Louis, Howard, and Brian. None of them ever had children. Some reports say the brothers made a secret promise, a pact of silence, to never have children, so Hitler's bloodline would end with them. This story spread across newspapers and documentaries, but when asked, one of the brothers, Alexander, said it wasn't a pact, just a coincidence. Still, many people believe they chose to end the family line on purpose. Today, only 3 of William's sons are still alive. They've never spoken much about their family history. They live simple, private lives, far away from politics, cameras, or interviews. But their silence says a lot. Today, only 5 known blood relatives of Adolf Hitler are still alive, and none of them have children. 3 of them live in the United States: Alexander, Louis, and Brian Stewart Houston. They are the sons of William Patrick Hitler, Adolf's nephew who moved to America. The brothers live in a small town on Long Island, New York. They stay out of the spotlight. No interviews, no public photos, and no families of their own. The other 2 are in Austria and Germany: Peter Raubal, an engineer, and Heiner Hochegger, a retired teacher. They are descendants of Hitler's half-siblings on his mother's side. Like the others, they live private lives and avoid the media. Neither of them married or had children. All 5 men have one thing in common. They have completely distanced themselves from Hitler. Some change their names, others simply never speak of the connection. There are no statues, no graves, no proud family stories, only silence. Whether by choice or chance, Hitler's family line appears to be ending. No weddings, no babies, no future. The bloodline is fading, and that may be exactly how they want it. For years, people have wondered, did Adolf Hitler secretly have children? One of the most famous stories is about Jean-Marie Lauré, a Frenchman who claimed to be Hitler's son. He said Hitler met his mother, a French woman, during World War I. His claim was never proven, and most historians believe it's not true. Another rumor involves Unity Mitford, a British woman who was obsessed with Hitler. She lived in Germany before the war and was close to him. Some people believe she had his child in secret, but there is no real evidence. Other theories suggest hidden children in Argentina, Austria, or even Russia. But again, there's no proof. Why do these stories keep appearing? Maybe it's because people find it hard to believe that someone like Hitler left no direct children behind. Or maybe it's because the idea of a secret child, hiding in the shadows, is both terrifying and fascinating. But after all the research, interviews, and documents, one thing seems clear. There is no confirmed child of Adolf Hitler. Only myths, silence, and a family line that wanted to disappear. When we look at what happened to Hitler's family, one thing becomes clear. They were never free. They didn't go to prison, they weren't put on trial, but they still carried a terrible weight, the name Hitler. Everywhere they went, people stared, asked questions, judged them for something they didn't do. Some changed their names, some moved to other countries, some lived completely alone, and some, it seems, chose to end the bloodline forever. Maybe it wasn't a real curse, but it felt like one. It's hard to grow up knowing that your name is connected to genocide and war. Even if you had nothing to do with it, the world doesn't forget, and it doesn't forgive easily. In the end, the story of Hitler's family is not about power or revenge. It's about shame, silence, and the deep scars left behind by one man's crimes. A family that once stood close to power now lives quietly and will likely vanish forever. Adolf Hitler died alone in a bunker. His empire collapsed. His dreams turned to dust. And now, his family line is disappearing too. There are no children, no legacy, no future, only silence and the memory of what they were connected to. Some say it was a curse. Others say it was a choice, to never let that bloodline grow again. Whatever the truth is, one thing is clear. The name may be remembered, but the bloodline is coming to an end. The dark curse over Hitler's bloodline is almost complete. If you found this story powerful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more hidden history.